13 years ago we had Space Marine 1 delivered to our consoles, and here we are today with Space Marine 2 in all of its glory. A fantastic game in of its own, and one that's visually absolutely gorgeous, and the story itself is actually fairly interesting. It brings back some of the characters that we all love and wondered where they went after Space Marine 1 and in between, and it does close off a couple of doors in the lore. But in today's video, there are a couple of new things that we'd found out as to what happened to some characters between Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2, and these have been found during some data logs or data pads that have been found during the main campaign missions and also the little side ending missions that you can do from the perspective of another squad. So, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on all of these points. There'll be timestamps down below as well, trying to title these points as well as possible, but if not, of course, then just stick around through the video and listen to them as we go along. They're really, really interesting. But if I've missed anything out, guys, let me know down below in the comments, and of course, add the points in there as well as the things that we don't talk about in this video. If you guys go on to enjoy this video, a like would be very much appreciated. Want to hit that subscribe button as well for plenty more content coming for Space Marine and Warhammer, as there will be lots of DLC and additional content added for this game and the Warhammer 40k series and lore. Without further ado though, guys, let's dive straight in to the video. Okay, so a couple of these we probably already know already, and some of these are just coming directly from the story, but it gives us a good understanding of where we are right now and where we were from the ending of Space Marine 1 going into the beginning of Space Marine 2. So let's dive in. Inquisitor Thrax, who apprehended Titus based on Leandro's accusation, was an Inquisitor with the grudge against the Space Marines, seeing them as a liability to the Imperium. He was a part of the Inquisition agents who declared Huron Blackheart and the Maelstrom Warders excommunicate traitors during the Abadab War. He had Titus tortured and interrogated for years with no intention of ever letting him go, and would keep him in stasis after those interrogations. Thrax later died during an Inquisition operation against a traitor chapter. During the operation, he was possessed by a Chaos Demon and was purged by the Grey Knights. The Inquisition sent the Red Hunters to investigate Thrax's holdings to make sure that him being possessed was just an accident and not that he had been traitorous this whole time. That was when the Red Hunters found Titus, and well, as dozens of the Astartes who had been similarly imprisoned and tortured. The Inquisition transferred the recovered Astartes to the Deathwatch, allowing its chaplains to be the ones to interrogate them and test their loyalty. Titus was found free from Chaos Taint and disloyalty by the Deathwatch. Titus inquired about the Ultramarines, and the Deathwatch revealed to Titus that there were zero records of him ever serving the Ultramarines. Titus interpreted this to have been that he was censored as a disgrace to the chapter, so in grief he declared himself a Black Shield and joined the Deathwatch. Serving in the Deathwatch, him and his fellow Astartes were deployed against the Tyranids as part of the Fourth Tyrannic War. During one disastrous operation, Titus's company was fully wiped out, and Titus was gravely wounded after taking down a Carnifex. He was literally beyond saving, resigning himself to finally die in service of the Emperor. The Ultramarines' first company, led by Captain Severus and Chief Librarian Varro Tigorius, arrived to save Titus. During warp travel, Tigorius felt the soul of an Ultramarine dying, and when he extended his extrasensory perception, he recognized it was Titus. Agamemnon and Tigorius personally knew Titus from back when he was in the second company and when he was the captain. They immediately initiated a rescue operation for him. Titus was rescued at the nick of time, and to save his life, he was immediately taken into surgery to perform the Rubicon Primaris on him. Titus survived the operation and is now, of course, a Primaris Marine. Agamemnon and Tigorius revealed to Titus that for years, Marnius Calgar furiously protested against the Inquisition and demanded that Titus be released back to the Ultramarines. The reason Titus's name has been erased from the Ultramarine records was not out of censorship of Titus, but out of shame that the chapter had disastrously failed one of their own. Titus was never seen as a disgrace by Calgar or the higher leadership of the chapter. Titus is welcomed back to the Ultramarines with full honours. him having declared himself a Black Shield being fully disregarded, and his service in the Deathwatch considered as faithfully serving the Ultramarines for all this time. But in deference to his service and loyalty, he is still given back officer rank as a Primaris Lieutenant. Again, this is information we've probably already covered, and a lot of people may already know what's going on during the time of Space Marine and during this, but how Titus was saved, how he got back to the battle barge, how he woke up in that bed with Chaplain sat there is something that we don't really understand if you just play through the story, and it's something that everyone is going to want to know or have play on their mind. So it's interesting to delve deeper into that story through these data pads, through the extra bits of lore we find throughout the world and the game of Space Marine 2. So now we know exactly what happened, now we know how Titus was in fact saved, and of course Inquisitor Thrax died, knowing that they got the revenge that Titus actually deserved on this person, which imprisoned him for so long and tortured him for over a century. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below on this though. If I've missed anything, as I've mentioned, let me know also down below if I've missed it, and if I have, then what have I missed, and obviously how does that link into what we've already gone into and spoke about in this video. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I am very new to Warhammer lore, but reading through all of this and going through all of this is slowly starting to piece it together in my mind, and I'm really starting to enjoy the lore of this universe. I know there's a lot to cover, so we can't cover everything, and it will take probably a year or so of different games and different lore pieces for me to understand really what's going on from the start to the finish. But I'm prepared to learn, I'm prepared to go through it myself, and I'm prepared to make more videos and just get some advice from you guys. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really did appreciate it. Subscribe if you guys are brand new, leave a like if you have enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts down below, and we'll see you guys next time.